Hello YouTube, I shaved my head. I didn't get a lineup though, so just pretend like my stuff is clean, okay? Great, thank you. So I am making this video because the world is experiencing a lot of uncertainty and anxieties, and I want to give like some advice, I guess, advice or like a perspective to help people navigate that, especially people who may be agnostic or atheist and they don't necessarily like believe in a God, but like I still think those people deserve the peace that faith can bring. So even if you don't want to like get into religion and believe in all that, you don't need to. You can still develop faith within yourself, and that's what this whole video is about. But if you are religious, I do suggest you stick around because I still think the advice and like perspectives that I'm giving in this video will be helpful to anyone who's willing to listen and take it in. So I wrote my stuff down in this nice journal right here. I'm just gonna read it off, so I apologize if my popcorn reading skills aren't too great. I haven't been to school in a while, so I'm just gonna get into it. So I said, instead of having faith in God or in something outside of yourself, you can have faith in yourself and your connection to the world. Everything that exists is connected in one way or another. I like to think about it as a complicated web that contains everything tangible and intangible. So like everything that exists is connected in some way. It doesn't matter if you can touch it or not. It's like if you think it, it's in the web. If you can touch it, it's in the web. If you can't think about it or touch it, it's still in the web because it exists. Like I'm sure there's a lot of things that exist that humans have no idea that exist. So like everything ever is connected within this really complicated web. So what this video is about tapping into that web through your subconscious, and it's basically like tapping into like your animalistic instincts, because when you think about it, like the squirrel kind of just knows where to find nuts, you know, like they might have some kind of plan or some kind of like logical thought process about it, but sometimes it's just like they wake up and they're like, I'm gonna head north, I'll find some nuts that way. You know, they don't think too much about it, they just do. And that doesn't require a lot of anxiety or planning, which is what I'm trying to help some people do, because we use logic a lot. We're very logic based animals because we got the big brains or whatever. But sometimes that the brain, it has its limitations because the brain can't know literally every single thing ever to exist. Like right now, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know who you are. I know you exist and you're watching this, but like I know nothing else. I know nothing else. So my logic here is limited. And I'm listening more to my gut and like what my gut wants me to speak onto YouTube. So that's just my way of doing it at this current moment in time. And I don't know how it works, but that's the whole point of faith. You don't need to logically think it out. It's just you kind of just trust it. It comes from the gut and you trust it. Our brains do not have the computing power to interpret everything that has ever existed in the web, so that's why using your logic has its limits. That's where the idea of faith comes in. Subconsciously, we're aware of everything in this web, and our subconscious can communicate to us through different functions of the body, such as our heart and gut. That's why trust your gut and follow your heart are timeless pieces of advice that you can hear from everyone in all corners of the world. Like it's a universal thing, that the things that we can't comprehend with our brains, our body, and our, I want to say soul here, but I don't want to get too woo for the people who are not interested in that kind of thing. So think about it of like your energy, because everything's energy. We're all atoms and particles that are vibrating and existing. So the energy in us can feel the energy around us. Like my energy in my body can feel the energy in my bed right here. Even if it's like, even if I'm not touching the bed, like I can still feel it's there. It's just kind of like, it's hard to explain, and I don't want to get into the science of it because I don't know the science of it. I'm just some dude on the internet with no well, I have a high school diploma. But anyways, beside the point, what was I talking about? Your subconscious communicates to you, and your subconscious knows a lot more than your conscious brain. Like it just has the capability of understanding and comprehending more because it doesn't need to be translated into what our brains are able to understand. So our subconscious is able to communicate to us through different areas of the body just to let us know things. And that's where the faith comes in. Here, we're going to learn how to tap into the body and understand how your body communicates to you. And then moving forward from there, you are going to learn how to navigate life based on the signals that you're getting from your own body. So really, it's not like trusting me, it's trusting yourself. And that's what I mean is like the faith of like just having that faith, you know? Anyways, I'll go back to what I wrote. In order to build this faith in yourself, the first step is to get deeply connected with your body and the way your subconscious communicates with you. To get started, I suggest meditation. For this meditation, you can sit in any position you'd like, then start to feel the sensations in your body. Don't try to interpret them or label them. Just feel it as it is, whatever comes up. The goal is to become familiar with how your body feels. I would start with the torso area, so your gut and your heart, and feel free to explore other areas. Like if you want to check in, see how your hands feel, your feet, your arms, that's totally cool. There's no wrong way to do this. The whole point of it is just to get a good feeling of what your body is in your natural state. So I would suggest doing it at different times of the day. Like it doesn't have to be a full sit down, cross-legged kind of meditation, you know? It could just be like, let's say you're at work, you're a cashier at work, things are slow, and you're just standing behind the counter with nothing to do. You can take that moment and just feel the sensations in your body. What does your stomach feel like? What does your heart feel like? What do your arms feel like? And then you could do that again, let's say like at home while you're laying in bed. What does your stomach feel like? What does your heart feel like? What do your legs feel like? You just notice it. You don't have to like really interpret it. You don't have to be like, oh, my stomach hurts. Why does my stomach hurt? And figure out all that. Just, you can notice, okay, my stomach hurts right now. And that's it. The point of this is just to get to know what your body feels like at any given moment. It's good to know how you feel when you're rested, or like, let's say you went through something super traumatic, right? Like, or not even super traumatic, because I'm sure if it's super traumatic, you got other things to worry about. Mildly traumatic. You're the cashier that I was just talking about, and you had a rude customer, and now after that rude customer, you have some downtime. Now what does your stomach feel like? Now what does your heart feel like? What does it feel like? Well, like, what do your arms feel like now after that experience? And just getting to know that will show you how your body responds to different situations, things that happen. You don't have to label it or anything. It's just getting to know that feeling and getting to know where your baseline is. Like, how do you feel when you're relaxed? What does that feel like to you? And then once you create that habit and you have that connection with your body and you kind of just know how you feel, not what you think, but how you feel at any given moment, you could start to use that to learn how to navigate life through that faith. Like, let's say you're at a walk in the park and there's a fork in the road. You can just feel your stomach, look at the path on the right, feel how your body feels in that situation. Look at the path on the left, feel how your body feels about that situation, and then go from there. Like, which feeling do you prefer? And that is what having faith in yourself would look like. Let's say another example is you want a new job, right? And you have two offers. You can look at this offer, just think about it, sit still with it, and then tap into how your body's feeling while you're thinking about this job, and then do the same for the other. And then you'll notice that the feelings that you get are different. One may be better than the other, or they might be the same, like feel the same, but like not one's better. It's just different, and you can make your choice from there. So you don't have to think too logically about it, because when you go with just relying solely on your brain, of course, listen to your brain as well, because your brain is there to solve problems, but your brain also doesn't know everything. Like, your gut knows some things that your brain doesn't know, and your brain knows some things that your gut doesn't know. It's your whole body is working together for you. So you just have to have the faith and trust in that whole system, and getting to know yourself in that way, in a physical way, not just a mental way, will really help you navigate life in a more faith-based situation. Because that was the point of this video, right? Is to develop a faith even without like having to believe in a God or have faith in something outside of yourself, because you can definitely trust yourself. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope it was comprehensible to everybody out there. If you have any questions, feel free to leave some comments, and I will see you around. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.